A hostess at a Louisiana Chili's restaurant was attacked by a mob of women over social distancing. So now, this is according to outlet WLBT. 17-year-old Kelsey Wallace was working a shift after class when a group of 11 women came into the restaurant. Kelsey informed the group, of course, that they were not allowed to sit together due to rules of social distancing, right? Apparently, you can only have 6 people at a table. In fact, she said, my general manager and my other managers tell us that we cannot sit at a table bigger than 6 because of coronavirus. They got mad. And so Wallace ended up having to go and find her manager. Now, when she brought her manager, the situation escalated, and Wallace ended up exchanging words with the women. One girl, of course, and this, by the way, first there were words exchanged, and then it started to get physical. Quote, one girl came up and she just hit me. We just started fighting, and everybody who they was with just started hitting me. And the lady who pushed me first, she then takes a wet floor sign, cocks back, and hits me with it in my eye. This is at Chili's over like just not being able to sit with your friends, having to sit at 2 tables instead of 1. That was worth an altercation. Holy crap. Now, Kelsey Wallace, she said, quote, I couldn't believe it. Like over 2 for 25s and 3 for 10s, I get attacked. Now, police were called, but the women had already left. So they were gone. So basically right now, no consequences. I bet the police are like, oh yeah, okay. We're right on that. Sure. Ridiculous, right? Wallace ended up receiving stitches above her eye and had some of her hair pulled from her scalp during that confrontation. Ultimately, she says, look, I was just doing my job, right? I was just trying to follow the rules and make sure that I wasn't going to get in trouble. Like, this is just overwhelming. I just cannot believe that this happened to me, of all people. Now, like, Wallace is a straight A student, right? She's 17 years old. She's studying to be an EMT and had, got this job in order to save up some extra money. Okay. So this is a person who's not doing anything wrong, trying to do her job, trying to do the best that she can and following the rules, right? I mean, these companies set up these rules in order to slow the coronavirus spread. But, and we've talked about this before, right? They rely on employees to enforce those rules. That puts employees in danger because in a lot of circumstances that we have seen, these employees get physically assaulted by anti-maskers, right? Look, story after story, it's the same thing, right? For example, June, Albany, an employee was assaulted for asking someone to do social distancing and wear a mask. The man had his nose broken. Walmart employees, 3 of them, were attacked over masks and social distancing. All you have to do is search on Google, right? And you can see videos that have gone viral with people being assaulted for asking others to wear a mask. I mean, I think that some of these people, these Karens, have internalized a little too much the idea that the customer is always right. I mean, these workers, by the way, and again, we don't talk about this that much, but they don't make very much money doing what they're doing, right? They don't make much money in the first place. And now they have to enforce these rules, right? Against crazy people. They're being assaulted by people who don't believe in COVID-19. They're not only underpaid, but they also have no health insurance. Who's going to pay for that doctor's bill, right? For Miss Wallace. Who's going to pay for that? She certainly doesn't have health insurance through the company. No, that's going to come out of her pocket for being assaulted at work by anti-maskers. That's why we need Medicare for all, by the way. They shot a guy at a Waffle House over a mask. Thank you, Mr. Baskins, for reminding me of that as well. Again, story after story. All of you. You guys know, you've seen it. It's happening everywhere. And so, look, these people, I mean, we need to do something about this. We need to do something about how to protect these frontline workers that, again, don't have health care, can't afford to take time off for sickness or injury. By the way, they're the ones more likely to be exposed to COVID-19 as well, by these anti-maskers literally getting in their face and physically assaulting them. I mean, at the very least we could do is to guarantee them health insurance, health care. Because look, anybody who's worked in food service, you guys know, right? You can't take time off for sickness. You can't. You don't have sick leave. And even if you did, how are you supposed to pay to go to the doctor on a minimum wage salary? You can't. So a lot of people, a lot of workers end up, of course, hiding the fact that they're sick. And in the age of COVID, that's not a good thing. They can infect a lot of people, but the problem is they can't afford not to hide this. So you might want to think about that the next time you denigrate employees who ask for a living wage and benefits and health care. And also to not get beaten up at their jobs for enforcing an employer mandate.